5, and that'll bring up 4th down for Alabama. Jeremy Lucien with the stop. Orji was there, and Bama will bring on the punt team on the first series.
Oh, no, it was a great job by Bryce there, right? You get a blitzer from the short side, replace the blitzer, but the defense knows that too. They know if they bring pressure off the edge, the quarterback's going to want to replace it, go right there. So coverage all over Latu on that one, and a huge stop for Vanderbilt early in this game.
James Burnap called upon earlier than normal. No return for Shepard.
Let's go defense.
42-yard punt, and so second career start for the freshman from little old White, Georgia, north of Atlanta, out of Cherokee High School. Let's get to know the 6'3", 225-pound freshman. Small town, North Georgia. Grew up a Bulldog fan. Versatile athlete growing up, 6th grade national championship in hoops. He played a lot of baseball through his formative years and played with some great players. And the first SEC true freshman with 4 passing touchdowns in his first start since Tyler Bray for Tennessee. And he swings it out to Ray Davis. Davis taken down in the open field after a pickup of 3. Brian Branch to tackle.
And right away on the first play of the game, they try to cut Will Anderson on the outside, right? Anytime you got a player of this caliber, A.J. Swan, and the center is going to have to walk up to the line of scrimmage, identify where's 31, slide to him, cut him, chip him, get tight ends involved. Your main goal is to keep him off of A.J. Swan, especially early in this game.
It is a new starter. Julian Hernandez at center. Delphin Xavier Castillo is out for this game. Jaden McGowan takes it to the marker. See where the spot is. Looks like he's going to be about a yard short. 3rd and less than 1.
This is where you feed your running back, Ray Davis, 2nd leading rusher in the SEC right now. Number 2, 5'9", 205. He's short, but he's built for these downhill runs between the tackles.
They're going to split out Swan. Davis will take the direct snap and has nowhere to go. Henry To'oTo'o breaks through for the tackle. It's a loss of 4.
Watch the play by Henry To'oTo'o. Reads this the whole way. As soon as A.J. Swan motions out of the backfield, that's going to tell To'oTo'o this is going to be a run. He reads it, shoots the gap right away. That is a savvy player, knowing as soon as that Wildcat running back is back there, they got one option, and he came downhill without even blinking.
3 non-offensive touchdowns for Alabama last week, including a punt return for a score. Matthew Hayball gets it away, and a fair catch taken by McKinstry. 5 minutes into this one, Alabama's offense will be back on the field in a moment. And that'll bring up 4th down for Alabama. Jeremy Lucien with the stop. Orji was there, and Bama will bring on the punt team on the first series.
Oh, no, it was a great job by Bryce there, right? You get a blitzer from the short side, replace the blitzer, but the defense knows that too. They know if they bring pressure off the edge, the quarterback's going to want to replace it, go right there. So coverage all over Latu on that one, and a huge stop for Vanderbilt early in this game.
James Burnap called upon earlier than normal. No return for Shepard.
Let's go defense.
42-yard punt, and so second career start for the freshman from little old White, Georgia, north of Atlanta, out of Cherokee High School. Let's get to know the 6'3", 225-pound freshman. Small town, North Georgia. Grew up a Bulldog fan. Versatile athlete growing up, 6th grade national championship in hoops. He played a lot of baseball through his formative years and played with some great players. And the first SEC true freshman with 4 passing touchdowns in his first start since Tyler Bray for Tennessee. And he swings it out to Ray Davis. Davis taken down in the open field after a pickup of 3. Brian Branch to tackle.
And right away on the first play of the game, they try to cut Will Anderson on the outside, right? Anytime you got a player of this caliber, A.J. Swan, and the center is going to have to walk up to the line of scrimmage, identify where's 31, slide to him, cut him, chip him, get tight ends involved. Your main goal is to keep him off of A.J. Swan, especially early in this game.
It is a new starter. Julian Hernandez at center. Delphin Xavier Castillo is out for this game. Jaden McGowan takes it to the marker. See where the spot is. Looks like he's going to be about a yard short. Third and less than 1.
This is where you feed your running back Ray Davis, second leading rusher in the SEC right now. Number 2, 5'9", 205. He's short, but he's built for these downhill runs between the tackles.
They're going to split out Swan. Davis will take the direct snap and has nowhere to go. Henry To'oTo'o breaks through for the tackle. It's a loss of 4.
Watch the play by Henry To'oTo'o. Reads this the whole way. As soon as A.J. Swan motions out of the backfield, that's going to tell To'oTo'o this is going to be a run. He reads it, shoots the gap right away. That is a savvy player, knowing as soon as that Wildcat running back is back there, they got one option, and he came downhill without even blinking.
3 non-offensive touchdowns for Alabama last week, including a punt return for a score. Matthew Hayball gets it away, and a fair catch taken by McKinstry. 5 minutes into this one, Alabama's offense will be back on the field in a moment. The season 5-6. Let's take you back to 1984. Prince and the Revolution had the #1 song in the country, When Doves Cry. Alex Trebek just started as host of Jeopardy. And look at this run. Niners with the Super Bowl, Larry Legend, Detroit Tigers, and the Stanley Cup to Edmonton. Doug Flutie won the Heisman, and LaVell Edwards and BYU were national champs. It has been a while, is the point of that.
Yeah, common thread there, the lettuce. Man, the hair in the 80s. Got to bring that back. A couple lip sweaters and some lettuce.
Your hair would look great feathered. Here's McGowan, second catch of the game. And he picks up 9 on first down.
McGowan's a guy they want to get more and more involved. A true freshman. Not a big guy, 5'8", 177 out of Lawrence, South Carolina, but he is extremely talented when they get him the ball in space. And when you have a young quarterback, your main goal for Joey Lynch, the offensive coordinator for Vanderbilt, is get your young quarterback easy throws. Give him layups early on. Let his confidence start to build. Don't want to put him in harm's way if you can avoid it early on.
And the jet sweep to McGowan. He's got a first down as he takes it to the 39.
Yeah, guys, I talked to Clark Lee, Vanderbilt head football coach, down on the field before the game about that confidence with A.J. Swan. He said, man, he's got a different swagger about him. He's a guy that definitely doesn't doubt himself. We like that. We want to build that. It's one of the reasons they want to try to make this his offense, make him the guy tonight for the Vanderbilt Commodores.
I was talking with A.J. earlier this week. He said, scouting report on me, I would pressure me. I'm a freshman starting on the road in the SEC for the first time, because the other part of that, I like being pressured. I think I do pretty well when I get off platform and have to move a little bit. Midway through the first quarter, Swan misfires on that one to Will Shepard, the nation's leader in touchdown catches, and that's the first misfire for Swan tonight.
Now, you mentioned pressure, right? Alabama brought a little Sam Fire, outside linebacker, came on that one. A.J. Swan sees it. Watch his eyes. He sees it coming. This is a run, called run. He's going to pull it for the RPO, the pass option, trying to get the ball to Will Shepard there, his #1 guy. Incompletion, but I love that he recognized that, pulled it right away.
Pressure coming again. And he'll Lob it out there for Shepard, who makes a move to the inside, and he's got it into Alabama territory.
One thing I noticed when I watched film on A.J. Swan from last week is he has a knack for this back shoulder throw, and it's not traditional. Normally, quarterbacks want to throw that on a rope. He puts air on it.
Yeah.
He'll throw that early, let his receiver have more time to adjust to that, and still, the cornerback there didn't have eyes on it, so not able to adjust quick enough.
Toe brought the lumber to bring him down, but after a gain of 22, Shepard coming off of a career-best game, and we'll see if that hit didn't force him out of the game. Looking for the slant, and it is there. Threads the needle for a gain of 7, and Alabama says we've got it. McKinstry came off the ground with the football.
Looked like a little bit of a tussle afterwards. I think Carter had that one. Kool-Aid comes in there late with a hand in there, wrestles it away, but that's Vandy ball all the way, and Vanderbilt trying to go a little tempo here.
This is Patrick Smith, no gain, a sophomore from Atlantic City, New Jersey. And this is 3rd down.
That last 3rd and short, they motioned A.J. Swan, the quarterback, out to receiver and ran Wildcat. Henry Toto blew that one up. I expect them to just hand the ball off to number 2.
And they're going to split Davis out. See if they bring him back. They'll bring everybody back.
Now look at all the movement that's causing by Alabama.
Davis trying to find the edge, and he does so. And a Vanderbilt 1st down. That's a lot of window dressing.
Love that, right? A huge 3rd down, and Joey Lynch dials up a play that's going to force Alabama to communicate, get out of position, and move a lot right before that ball is snapped. Look, Vanderbilt can't line up and beat this team man-to-man down the field. It's just not going to happen. So Joey Lynch is going to have to find creative ways to steal some yards, and that right there was stealing yards for a 1st down.
2nd year as Vanderbilt's offensive coordinator. Play action, and that one incomplete. Trying to find Shepard for the 2nd time, who's back on the field. That's a good sign.
That's going to be a matchup to follow all night. Will Shepard, extremely talented. You see right there, leading the FBS in touchdowns, leading the SEC in receptions and yards. They do have that extra game, but he's in the top handful of receivers in yards per game. He is very talented, and he will be a tough test for Terrion Arnold, Kool-Aid McKinstry, and Kyrie Jackson tonight.
A little toss on the sweep again. McGowan. 4-yard pickup. Terrion Arnold there.
And this is the range that you get a little uncomfortable as a play caller. Right, 3rd long. What is your best play to protect against 31? Vanderbilt this year doing a lot more with tight ends, a lot more 12 personnel. As they come out in a traditional 11 personnel, they're going to have 1 tight end. Will Anderson right now matched up one-on-one with Jacob Brammer down here at the bottom of your screen. Let's see if they have Ray Davis come chip and help out.
Davis runs around him and incomplete. Kool-Aid McKinstry there, and Cole, that's something that Nick Saban talked to us about, having my defensive backs meet them where the ball is going to be.
And we got some top-notch lessons from playing defensive back from Nick Saban this week, and one of the main things that I took away was reading the wide receiver's hips. He said, I'll always tell you where they're going to go, and it has to be the key for every defensive back. I asked Travaris Robinson to do
in one of his matchups with Alabama. Andy's first point scored against Alabama since 2007. No return here.
He was wearing out that transfer portal way back.
Well, he couldn't decide which sport he wanted to play. I mean, that was a big part of it. What has he brought to the Vanderbilt program?
I think he's brought a quiet confidence, right? I mean, he's not a guy like I had James Franklin that was pounding doors down and colorfully painting this picture of who we're going to be. He's like, no, it's going to take work. I'm confident in who we are. I'm confident in how we're going to get there. And he's got a track record as a coordinator and coaching some of the top units for top programs in the country. So it brings credibility as well.
Bryce Young is perfect to start this game, and they'll start with Jace McClellan, and the flag comes in at the end. That last touchdown drive was all Bryce Young and Ja'Cory Brooks.
Holding on the offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Javian Cohen, junior from Phoenix City, Alabama. Cole, what kind of rotation are we seeing on the O-line for Alabama tonight?
You're going to get 52 Tyler Booker in the game at some point. He's a young man that this coaching staff all believes will be a major player later in the season. Javian Cohen has a little bit more experience. They know the versatility of Kendall Randolph. They will still want to use him at tight end a little bit, but he can play guard. He might be more of a swing guard for.
Second O-line penalty of the night against Bama. Running up first and 18. And McClellan picks up 4.
You know, something to note in the Jermaine Burton, Bryce Young conversation of them gaining chemistry and trying to figure out how best to use Jermaine Burton. He's been aligning outside a lot more tonight than he has in the past. He's primarily been a slot guy. About 70-30, 60-40, maybe slot to outside, playing a lot more X receiver. You're going to see him here at the bottom of your screen right now in a stack formation with Kobe Prentice.
And he's been on the left side for all 11 Alabama plays so far tonight. Bill O'Brien told us yesterday one of the things they think can help him is simplifying that. And here he is, the catch across the middle. And he takes it to the logo for a Bama first down.
Boy, this is great to see. It's an anticipation throw. He's got a little dig route, but he's searching for the zone. You see him look for where the defender is and then enter that bubble that was created in the zone coverage. And Bryce Young anticipated that throw, threw it before he was out of his break. That's some of that chemistry we're waiting to see evolve.
And Bill O'Brien also talked about the fact that this offense, forget about what Jamison Williams did last year, it can be difficult to pick up in the intricacies of it. And you see all the places that Burton has lined up so far this season. How much will that help him get on the same page with Bryce?
A little more stability with where you're lining up definitely cleans things up for a receiver, right? I mean, part of the intricacy is that Bryce Young has the ability to change anything at the line of scrimmage, right? The offense itself isn't more complicated than Georgia necessarily, but because his quarterback has free reign to come up and change a route, change a concept, give a hand signal, change protection, that means his hot routes, his built-ins, his route combinations can change at any moment, and that's what causes a guy to play maybe a little slower than you want him to.
DeRicky Wright is walking himself off the field with a noticeable limp. Junior out of Gadsden City High School. So that indecisiveness that comes from Burton or has come from him over the course of the early part of the season also impacts the quarterback and makes him indecisive as well.
Yeah, I think when you watch Bryce, at times it looks like he's not pulling the trigger on some of those second and third progressions that last year was second nature, right? He'd come back to the left side and rip it. He knew exactly where his guy was going to be, exactly when he was going to be there, and I think we've seen him play, understandably so, just a little more hesitant this year so far.
Over the middle again, and this is a catch for Jermaine Burton again. So here comes that rhythm, and you talked a little bit about the pressure for Bryce Young to live up to the standard that he's already set. Tonight, he's doing it.
Look, anytime you win a Heisman Trophy and you maybe start out the following year a little slower than you would have liked, these crazy numbers, and you're kind of chasing the ghost of who you were last year. I mean,
competing with your shadow.
100%.
Tim Tebow talked about that this weekend. He went through the same thing when he won the Heisman as a sophomore. His numbers dropped the following season, even though as a team they had a better year.
And how could they not, right? I mean, you expect it to drop a little bit, but Bryce is a competitor. All these kids are humans. They read social media. He wants to be better than he was last year. So, of course, he's looking at the ghost of his performance last year and trying to one-up it every time he's got the opportunity.
5 wide here, and incomplete to Latu. A tip on the back end for Vandy and C.J. Taylor. Here's how Tebow's Heisman campaign compared to the next season at Florida. And all the numbers down across the board, yet Florida won the national championship.
That's it, right? That's the goal. And that's the goal for Bryce. That's what they didn't achieve last year. So if he could trade the accolades and the yards for that national championship, he'd do it in a heartbeat.
I miss Timmy wearing eye black. He should do that on Nation next week.
Yeah, why not? It was a little bright today on set. Could have used it. I could have used it.
4,800 yards last year for Bryce Young. And he is hooking up. The fifth catch for Brooks, a sophomore from Miami.
And Vanderbilt is just playing. He's playing over the top, trying to keep everything in front. Every chance Vandy gives it to him. Right here again.
A lot of room for McClellan.
The amount of cushion. Watch how he flies out of there and watch the green grass. That right there's a cover 3 look. You see the safety rolling to the middle. So that corner to that side has that deep third, but you can afford to give him on the outside.
The true weapon in goal line or near goal line situations, and that is incomplete. Just a hair high maybe for Trayshawn Holden.
Vandy linebacker here. Orji shot through the gap, got his hands up, and that caused the throw to be a little bit behind on that one. Bryce was trying to throw it around him there.
Play action into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. Drive.
Yeah, Trayshawn Holden really becoming one of the go-to guys for Bryce Young. Great protection up front. Little play action and just a corner out from the slot.
Three possessions, 2 passing touchdowns for Bryce Young so far tonight. Not the only game going on in the league. Let's send you back to the studio.
Related games going on, including this one at Jerry World. A&M down in a hurry to Arkansas, 14-zip. Evan Stewart on the receiving end from Max Johnson, and it's a
Nidar, thanks. Great start for KJ Jefferson. Couple of touchdowns in the first quarter. Jade McGowan back to return for Vanderbilt. Right. Zone. Contribution to the university's general scholarship fund. Thank you, Allstate. And A.J. Swan, a quarterback for Vanderbilt. You said in the open that chance for playing two quarterbacks, and he didn't seem too keen on the idea. Why is Wright so key?
He responds to that. He said, look, playing two quarterbacks isn't a strategy, it's a search.
Yeah.
And to one degree, I believe you might need your mobile quarterback. Probably going to need him at some point tonight.